So we're in the water now. This is a Fun Country 59-foot houseboat. Got this particular houseboat is a little bit different. It has actually two outboard motors instead of two inboard outboard motors. So that's the reason for the big boxes up on the back porch. I'm going to go up and take a look at the hull number. And where's it at? There it is. FCX 00240H898.
FCX 0024
Kind of hard to read.
QE.
I think I come back to it at the end of the video and wet it to see if I can get it a little bit clearer. But that's the number. FC, F is in Foxtrot, C is in Charlie, X is in X-ray, 00240, H is in Hotel, 898. So these are the, this is the starboard side outboard motor. They're Honda motors. I don't know what horsepower they are, but I couldn't see that. But they're pretty large, so I would think that they're probably between at least 150 and probably 200 or 250 maybe. But big 4-stroke Honda outboards, inboards, outboards. Aluminum hull. Here's the port side motor. As you can see, the this little skag on the bottom has got a little bit of a wow in it. It's a little bent to the left there. Doesn't hurt. I'm sure it doesn't hurt the performance of it at all. Props look really good. Fuel injected outboards, big 4-strokes, really reliable. Got a little bit of growth on them. Doesn't look like this boat's been driven much. It's got a really uniform surface growth on it. I was pretty surprised that there wasn't any guaga mussels, any zebra mussels that I found anywhere on this boat. But what was interesting to me was that I also didn't find any through holes. This was some sort of a probe or something that was on the port side at the back of the boat. Don't know what it is. Never really seen anything like that. It's got an opening at the end, but I'm not sure what it is. This boat has a very different hull design. Most of these boats, most of these big houseboats have a pretty flat bottom with a 4 to 6 inch chine down the middle, and a couple of fins on the sides, on each side for stability. And this boat is totally different than that. It's got a big deep V all the way down the middle of the boat, and then each side are almost like sponsons, almost like a like, I don't know, trimaran or something. Anyway, this is going down the port side of the boat. I'm swimming upside down on my back and backwards, so that's why you're seeing my bubbles. But just kind of going back and forth from outside to the inside of this side of the boat. Looks like we're coming up towards the bow here. As you can see, there's the bow. There's the water line. I believe I come up out of the water here and show you the bow from underneath the front porch. Yeah. I'm not sure how old this boat is, but it's in very good shape. I'm going to swim out a little bit so you can see the front porch from the water line. As you can see the upper deck. You can see the big awning that's up there for shade. Now I'm going to swim back down the starboard side of the boat. drop down here and head down the starboard side. This is a in-dock tie-up, so the inside's a little bit darker because it's right next to the dock, and there's not nearly as much light that flows to it. So, but you can still see the bottom pretty well. Not quite as much algae growth up towards the front, but still the algae growth on this boat's very uniform, and there's not much of it. I mean, it's maybe only an 1/8 of an inch or less thick. So if they just took this boat out and brought it up to speed, a lot of this stuff would come right off. Again, I didn't see any mussels on this boat anywhere, which is somewhat unusual, especially for it being an aluminum hull. So we're going down the starboard side of the boat from the bow to the stern at this point. And there's the dock. You can see the fender that's tied up there. And once I reach the stern, I will head up along the outside of the boat to show you the outside of each hull. It's a little challenging with the boat being tied up to the dock like that, but on the starboard side. But I get it as good as I can, and it just shows you the water line. So as you can see, there's the two outboards. I didn't see any dents, scratches, scrapes, anything on this boat. Just kind of doing a little pirouette for you there. There's the ladder. Again, I didn't find any, except for that one probe looking thing, I didn't find any through holes in this boat, which is another thing that's a little unusual. Maybe it's the hull design or whatever, I don't know. So we're going to go over to the port side now, from stern to bow, and go along the water line and just show you the condition of the hull on the outside. A lot of calcium in Lake Mead water, so you get a really pronounced water line on boats. Calcium builds up. Just cruising up the port side towards the bow. Gonna reach the bow here in a second. There it is. And you can see the water line that goes straight up to the tip of the bow. No dents in the bow, no scrapes, no anything. I mean, this boat's in really nice shape. The whole of this boat's in really good shape. The algae comes right off just with my bare hand. So certainly not around the water line because that's calcium, but just the regular algae that I'm taking video of right now, that easily comes off the surface. I could use a stiff bristled nylon brush and make this boat look nearly brand new. Again, if they took the boat out and brought the boat up to speed, 70% of this would all come off. So I'm going down the starboard side right now. It's right next to the dock, so I'm kind of close, but that's the only way that I can get video of it because the dock's in the way. There's one of the fenders. So we're coming back down to the stern now. And I'm going to go up under and wet that hull number again. Just to see if you can read it better. And there's a water drop on my camera that's going to make it tough, but we'll see it as best we can here. So it's F as in Foxtrot, C as in Charlie, X as in X-ray, 002 40, H as in hotel, 898. So it's FCX 002 40H 898. And I'm going to swim out back behind the boat and give you a shot of the back of the boat from the water like I did up at the bow, and you can see the back porch and the slide and the upper deck and stuff like that. A couple of big giant fender balls on the back of the boat for tying up a ski boat or whatever.